Hello everybody and welcome to Albert's Wonderful World of Horrible Movies, the show where we take a look at direct-to-video trash and try to decide if it's good, bad, or so bad that it's good. Today we're taking a look at Lavalantula by viewer request. Now, before yesterday, I had not seen Lavalantula. Me, Albert, lover of schlock and the asylum and all things creature feature, had not laid eyes on the full feature-length Lavalantula movie. Now, I had seen previews, and I had been scared away by the previews, and here's why. I was worried that Lavalantula was going to be another Sharktopus, and I hate Sharktopus, okay? Sharktopus was a movie that came across to me as someone saying, people like these creature feature garbage movies and bad special effects. We're going to shove it in their face. We're going to make them eat it. We're going to make them eat it all, and they're going to love it. They hate the audience. I'm convinced that the makers of the Sharktopus movies just despise the people who enjoy those kinds of movies. But Lavalantula, I'm happy to report, is not Sharktopus. Lavalantula is a straight up, solid, modern day B movie. Okay? And when I say solid, I mean better than many of the Sharknado films, okay? Sharknado 3, Sharknado 5, maybe top it, but Lavalantula, right out of the gate, is just knowing what it's working with and very self-aware and yet not cynical. Okay, not making fun of the audience, not saying that you're stupid for enjoying this, really getting on board with the silliness of it. The story is very meta in how it's told. We start off with the Steve Guttenberg character as a dude who used to be an A-list Hollywood star, and now he's a lot less well-known, and he has to be in a giant bug movie. Obviously, Steve Guttenberg used to be a much larger Hollywood star. Now he's a little bit less well known, and he has to be in a giant bug movie. And they're doing this meta thing not in a way that's like annoying. It's just fun. And what really I think makes Lavalantula work is that the directing and the editing are just pretty solid. You can tell that these people had maybe a little bit more time to get what they needed, or whoever was doing the directing just had more experience and knew the shots that he wanted, because it just feels a little bit less chaotic than maybe any Sharknado. All the Sharknados are really packing a lot in, and particularly later in the series, there's just a lot of stuff in the Sharknado movies, and Lavalantula largely avoids that. It has several action set pieces, right, that are set in different places, but they're well thought out and they let them take their time to play out, to the point where towards the end it's maybe a little bit padded. It's not so much that you have too much stuff in there as there's not quite enough, but I'd rather lean on the not quite enough stuff than just throw everything into the movie like Sharknado 4 did. And you can really tell how they're writing those Sharknado tales. It's not just, this is a ridiculously named movie that we're hoping people are going to tweet about. You're also almost identical in the plot. Like, there is this hapless middle-aged dude who's past his prime but still thinks of himself as someone who's very important. It's almost more self-aware than Sharknado. Sharknado has really this great subversion in Finn Shepard. The first movie is about how this middle-aged guy is like trying to relive the glory days, and you know, the girl with the daddy issues is interested in him, and then she finds out, wait a minute, you've got like a teenage daughter who's basically the same age as me. It never quite hits that nail as hard as it needs to be hit, that Finn is basically a bum. Steve Guttenberg in Lavalantula is definitely playing into that type even harder than Finn Shepard is in Sharknado. He is completely bumbling until he becomes the action hero, right? But our introduction to him is of a guy who doesn't really want to work that hard. He doesn't want to accept the fact that he's washed up. He doesn't remember details about his family and where he's supposed to be. He's kind of self-absorbed. And they really take the Finn Shepard archetype and just, like, amp it up a little bit more as this guy who's way past the glory days, but is somehow still reliving them. And that's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the self-awareness of them knowing what kind of movie Sharknado was and putting their own special spin on that. Lavalantula also surpasses Sharknado in special effects. The spiders themselves, when they're moving slowly, look pretty good. It's hard to simulate the weight of an object when you have it just flying across the screen. And the Lavalantula animators definitely knew that, and they put in the time to have these things kind of creepy crawl around. And for the most part, even though you know it's a computer effect, it looks a lot better than a lot of other cheap movie computer effects. It actually registers until the end when the spiders start running and it just looks bad again, but you're willing to forgive it because it's the climax and it's kind of supposed to be silly anyway. But yeah, I thought that this movie was really solid. There's the whole cast gives a pretty good performance. The main focus is on Steve Guttenberg's family, so it's him and his improbably young wife, but, you know, probably not that improbable because it's Hollywood, and his son. And they all get split up at the beginning of the movie, and all of them have cool stuff to do. They all get good character moments, and there's even some stuff that was unpredictable to me that I did not see coming until it happened. Like, they kill some people off that I was not expecting to get killed off, and I just enjoyed this. I thought it was good, fun schlock. It's not amazing, all right? I don't want to oversell this. It's not Birdemic, right? It's not The Room. It's not really even on the level of Sharknado when it comes to just the so bad it's good stuff. It's just kind of good. So that's what I think about Lavalantula. I'd love to know what you guys thought, and if you have other movies that you'd like me to cover in this series, leave them in the comments. I am always looking for your suggestions because you guys know about movies that I might not have heard of, so please keep me in the loop with what you would like to see, and I will see you guys next week with something else. Take care, y'all. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you like the things that we make, you should consider becoming a patron over on patreon.com. There should be a link up on your screen right now or in the description of this video. Click it, go to Patreon, and help us make awesome stuff.